Now, I now have another complaint for MGM Plus. Besides the lack of all the Bond films, is the fact that you can't search through MGM Plus itself. Because I'm using it through YouTube, it's terrible because I have to scroll through. And because of that, I missed out on another Roger Moore film. And that one was For Your Eyes Only. And I actually really liked it. It was one of the most serious Roger Moore films. In fact, it probably was the most serious. It was the least goofy. No supervillain with a crazy base or anything like that. And you had the whole thing was about trying to recover a device that actually, wasn't too crazy or far-fetched. It wasn't like a death ray. It was a control unit that would basically be able to send messages out to launch nukes. And it was on a boat. The boat winds up sinking, and it's a race to get the device out of the boat. And, uh, you know, the people who were sent to go look at it get assassinated. And so James Bond goes to find out what's happening and to find this device. And the other main character, she winds up basically trying to kill everybody who killed her parents, who were the ones looking for the device. And it was solidly okay. You know, um, the whole thing took place mostly just right in Greece, although there was a little bit in Spain. Um, the there's an assassin who's working for the big bad, and he doesn't really say anything. He just has a look the whole time, and so and it's another one involving a ski situation, but there's also a lot of scuba diving in it, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Um, Also, the fact that you get to see a decent amount of Greece, which was kind of fun. Actually, having the villain be Greek was very interesting because it usually doesn't happen. Most of the time, when you're looking at these villains, they've mainly either been Russian or something. And this time around, the villain wanted to sell the device to the Russians. So, yes, the Russians had play, but they weren't, you know, the big bads or anything. And overall, it was a lot of fun. The final place where the battle at the end, was at the top of this mountain area where there was a church, and they had basically turned this church on top of this mountain into a fortress. And it wasn't crazy. I mean, here's the thing: there are churches that are usually put up on top of hills and stuff like that. That's not uncommon. Um, but it was pretty neat. It was a fun movie, and it was one of the more serious Roger Moore films, less goofy or wacky. Overall, just a good time to be had.